Sorry about that. Okay, here's the 5K. Finally, the main event. So, well, actually, the stiletto part, they did that first. And we knew so little. I mean, they didn't, I think I might have told you that they had a last minute major cancellation. The venue that was going to host backed out. And I still don't know why. But it was a big deal. And so it was going to be on, I think, September 5th. Wound up being September 24th or something. So they had to find a new place to have it. And we did it at the equivalent of a stadium, basically. And if you can think about a stadium, and it's concrete all the way around the upper deck. And they showed us, this is where you're going to be doing the stiletto run. And I'm thinking, on concrete? That could be bad. Oh well, I hope nobody will fall. I'll be careful. Well, I was wearing stilettos that I did not care about getting munged up. I wasn't thinking about falling, but I just thought if I scuff them somehow, I won't care. But unfortunately, they're very strappy and no support. And so, I'm gonna mark it, set, go. And I think there were 20 people doing this. It was crowded. Nobody elbowed anybody, nothing like that. But I definitely didn't start out sprinting because I wanted to get my legs under me, so to speak. And I'm running and I'm thinking, I'm losing. I was nearly in the back, but I don't know. So then I started waving like this, kind of trying to be, I was wearing one of those fake tiaras that my Mrs. Colorado director lady handed out or something. There really weren't that many of us on our team, but anyway, I tend to ham things up, and so I was just going, yay, like this, and that is not what made me trip, just for the record. What happened is I'm doing this, and then I realized I am like almost last. I don't want to finish last. So I decided to sprint at that point. So that was what did me in. All of a sudden, I mean, I no sooner started sprinting than I started tripping. And I went down. I didn't really even try to fight it too hard. And I went down really hard on my right knee. Oh, and my right elbow, right here. And my right knee, you can hardly see anything. There's just this tiny little blood that was kind of dripping down the leg. What really happened is this bump right here. This is your medial malleolus, or no, wait, that's not right. That's down here. This is your, well, it's the top of the tibia. It's the lateral thing on the tibia. And that is what took a huge impact, and it was so swollen for the rest of the day, and I was limping, and I stood up, and because what hit was a toe, this, and this, and I stood up, I looked at myself to make sure, and this sounds gross, but to make sure no toenails were missing, and to make sure, I mean, I hit so hard, and I felt myself skid on the concrete. I was skidding. I felt it, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I wonder how bad this is going to be. And when I stood up and realized, okay, I don't think I broke anything because I can stand up. There were still people running behind me, so I thought, oh, get moving. So then I start running again, and I actually still did not come in last. It reminded me of this moment in the Olympics about 8 years ago or something. I don't know when it was, but this chick on a snowboard, she's winning the gold medal, and she decides on the last jump to kind of showboat because she was hot, she was on it. So she showboats, but she wipes out. Believe it or not, the girl still got a silver medal, but she would have had a gold. And I stand by I did not showboat, but because I wasn't even coming in first, but I did wipe out, and somehow I still did not come in last. And as for the injuries, I knew we had a choice between we could walk the 5K, which was kind of on the inside of the stadium, or we could run on the outside. And I thought, I ain't walking. I'm not prepared for running the whole thing, but I ain't walking because this is going to hurt worse and worse. I'm not just going to feel this whole thing throbbing for the next hour while I walk a 5K. So I chose to run it. And I knew that if I jogged, I could go farther for longer. So I actually think that, okay, the first 3 laps, there are 5 laps total. The first 3 laps, I didn't walk at all. I jogged it, and I jogged it, yeah, I jogged it. I mean, I didn't run, but I jogged it, and I've been kind of training, so I was kind of proud of myself on that. And then I decided, okay, you can walk, and I'm not going for any medals here. So I walked, and I would say my estimate is that I ran/jogged at least 4K of the 5. Probably more than 4K. But I was really proud of myself on that. And I did it in, now my time is probably not impressive, and I need to find out, because I'm not into, what's it called? We're in the, are you in the metric system? Anyway, whatever system we're in, I don't know how to translate all that, but I think a 5K is like 3.5 miles or something. Is that right? Anyway, I'm not trained for that, but I've been training more, so I am very sure that doing the training that I've been doing for the pageant helped me to at least run. And honestly, one of the things that just kept me moving was get this thing over with because I was in pain. I mean, I really was. I was like bleeding the whole time. There's a medic there at this thing. He didn't even come up to me after I wiped out. You would think he'd be watching that particular portion because of the stiletto/concrete combination. No. And after the 5K, I asked around, is there a Band-Aid? Because this was raw. And I wanted ice for my knee for the trip home. And I finally, the medic, he was a clown. Not literally, but I had to go get my own chair to pull up. And it was heavy. The stadium chairs were heavy. And he didn't have a cloth to put between the ice and my leg. And he had on a uniform. And he had on an engraved badge. It wasn't just my name